Hi there, this is Brian Choi, Managing Partner and CEO of the Food Institute. We're here at Grocery Shop 2025. I'm here with John Carroll, President of Connected Commerce of Acosta Group. Welcome to the program.
Thanks, Brian. It's great being here. Always a pleasure to talk to you.
Awesome. So John, we're here at the 2025 show. What have you noticed thus far here at this show and compared to last year's?
Yeah, it's a great show to be at, first of all. I've been coming to the show since 2016 when Grocery Shop was just this fledgling, what do we do with e-commerce in the grocery business? And then obviously over the last few years, that's accelerated very quickly. We've got a lot of senior level CPG people here, a lot of senior level executives from retail, because what's next in tech is what the topic is. And what we're hearing is really three key themes at the show right now. The first one is all about operational AI. So what are you actually using AI for to get more efficient and to grow your business? The second one is what we're calling Retail Media 3.0. So how do we evolve these retail media networks? How do we get them more connected to commercial plans? And how do we help drive merchandising at store level? And how do we get really great from a targeting standpoint with retail media networks? And then the third one is this kind of really restructure of CPG and retail. I mean, we've seen the failed Albertsons-Kroger merger, but you're seeing a lot going on from a retailer standpoint. You're going to see probably some mergers and some other things that will change the industry from a retail standpoint. CPG, obviously, with Kellanova, the Mars purchase of Kellanova, other CPGs really restructuring and rethinking their business. And that's all driven by the key headline here today and at the show, which is growth.
Right.
How does the industry get back to growth? And the past 2 decades, this industry has been a 1% to 3% growth industry, and you can really bank on it. Essentially it was 1% unit volume. You add some price onto that, some package mix and innovation, you get to 3%. It was a nice steady algorithm. Obviously, you saw that grow significantly after COVID, inflation rising. But what we're seeing right now is a decline not only in unit sales, which have been happening for a while in volume, but also in dollar sales. And that's something that's critical. And if you look at the last 6 weeks of either Nielsen or Circana data, what we're noticing is we're seeing a decline both in units and also in dollar sales. So we really need to think what's going on with the growth algorithm and how do we change the business from a retail standpoint, a CPG standpoint, and also what do we do to better serve the consumer and the shopper. And so those are the themes that are really percolating at the show right now.
Super interesting. It seems like we're at a pivotal moment in retail. So you mentioned both the volume and the dollar sales growth decline.
Right.
Is that due to inflation or what's really happening there?
Yeah, it's due to a couple things. Inflation, obviously, there's been a lot of price that has been taken over the last several years driven by inflation. And we've gotten out of this kind of stagnant growth rate, and that's helped overall dollars from a CPG company and a retail standpoint. It's actually put a lot of pressure on the consumer. So what we're seeing now is smaller baskets. And if you think about growth, one of the most important things from a growth standpoint is not just dollar growth, it's that unit growth, unit volume growth. If you're a retailer, it means bigger baskets for you from a unit growth standpoint. It means faster turns for the retailer. For the manufacturer, it means better scale from a production standpoint, which has a lot of cost savings and implications. But most importantly, it's about the consumer. Having bigger baskets at lower price is a good thing from a consumer standpoint. So we're really rethinking what we can do to really change that formula to get back to growth and to really help grow the business from a retail CPG standpoint on behalf of the consumer and shopper.
Those are such great points, and I was fortunate enough to catch your talk yesterday.
Yeah.
I think the same themes that you're talking about here were reflected in the discussion. What were your takeaways from your session yesterday, with Honest Company and with 𝗟𝗏𝗁?
First of all, 2 amazing executives with 𝗟𝗏𝘁 and 𝗟𝗏𝘁 that are senior executives that have been in the CPG industry for a long time now. What's really interesting, if we ask them to talk about their careers a little bit, they've been on the sales side, they've been on the marketing side, so they have really great brains to think about how do we change this formula and how do we develop a new playbook from a growth standpoint. And they're doing that. And what I find really interesting about both their conversations, they're deeply seated in an understanding of what's going on with the consumer and their life, understanding the occasions, the need states, and then developing the right price, product, package and innovation strategies to help the overall business. So that was really the theme, which is clear, better understanding the consumer, which I think the industry has done a really great job of. But what are the tools, whether it's revenue growth management, retail media networks, that really can impact the business to grow the business, grow the category sales, and grow unit and retail sales from a retailer standpoint?
Yeah, so if you haven't watched it already, make sure you check out John's session in the recording. I want to drill down into the CPG manufacturers. So how are they integrating AI into their operations specifically?
What we're seeing here is very interesting. We're seeing AI percolate not from the top or top down. We're seeing it percolate from the people that are actually doing the work. So what's really interesting is these agents, whether it's ChatGPT or it's Copilot, they've been approved by the CPG companies and the retailers, and we're seeing the people that are in the trenches doing the work using these agents to improve their workflows and productivity. A couple great examples here. I talked to the head of shopper marketing at a large CPG, and this person spends hours and hours a month on briefs for agencies for new products, new packaging launches. They developed a Copilot agent that actually reduces that time down to 30 seconds to a minute and writes a brief. So that's percolating. The supply chain people are using it for better forecasting. Retail execution, using programs like Pensa to really understand what the retail execution opportunities are using AI, taking pictures and videos of the aisles. And then also from a marketing perspective, creative briefs, visual identities, creating stronger campaigns. AI is really enabling all that. But what's interesting is it's not such a top-down thing from a CPG or retailer standpoint. It's really bubbling up for the people that are using AI. The adoption of AI is very rapid. It's faster than what's happened from a mobile phone perspective or a computer standpoint. Everybody has it, has access to it, so they're using it, and they're using it in smart ways.
I want to drill down into the consumer.
Sure.
So a lot of them are already using AI. You guys recently did some research on how consumers are adapting to AI. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, what's fascinating is, number one, everybody knows about it. It's like 99% of people are aware of AI. 70% have used some type of AI to help them make decisions from a buying perspective or selection standpoint. So it's really widespread. We're seeing it obviously from a younger cohort standpoint, especially from a Gen Z perspective, that they're heavy users of AI as well. So the adoption of AI is very quick. What we're seeing now is what retailers are offering, whether it's Walmart's 𝗟𝗏 or Amazon's Rufus, these agents that are helping buy, the adoption's a little bit slower on that. So that was a bit of a surprise for us. So consumers using AI and large language models to help them make decisions, but a little bit slower to adopt on some of the retailer programs that are out there from an AI standpoint.
Well, there you have it. John Carroll, President of Connected Commerce at Acosta Group, one of the industry leaders in food retail. Thank you so much for spending time with the Food Institute.
Always a pleasure, Brian. Thank you.